They charge you up to $1,000 to fix something in your home that a single ice cube can erase in minutes, and once you see this, you're going to realize just how deep this lie goes. I'm talking about those ugly dents in your carpet that make your entire room look worn out, like you haven't updated your home in a decade. Furniture marks, deep, crushed fibers, the kind of damage that carpet cleaners, flooring experts, and restoration pros will happily charge you hundreds, sometimes thousands, to repair. And yet the solution costs you literally nothing. One ice cube. That's it. And here's the part that should make you angry. They didn't hide this because it fails. They hid it because it works too well. Think about that for a second. You move your couch. You see those deep dents staring back at you. Immediately, you think your carpet is ruined. Maybe you even consider replacing it. That's a $3,000 to $10,000 mistake, depending on your home. Or you call a professional cleaning service. They show up with machines, chemicals, noise, and a bill that makes your wallet hurt. And all along, sitting quietly in your freezer, is the one thing that could have fixed it permanently. This channel exists for one reason: to expose the cheap, simple solutions that billion-dollar industries have buried for decades, not because they don't work, but because they destroy profit. If you want to stop wasting money on industry lies, subscribe and hit the bell, because what you're about to learn today is just one piece of a much bigger system designed to keep you paying. Now let's go back. Not to some modern lab, not to a corporate research center. Back to 1923, Chicago, harsh winters, thick wool carpets and homes that had to survive brutal conditions. A maintenance worker in a hotel, no big title, no degree, just a man responsible for keeping expensive carpets looking new under constant abuse. Furniture was moved daily, heavy trunks dragged across floors. And dents, they were a constant problem. Replacing carpet back then was not just expensive, it was a logistical nightmare. So this man started experimenting. Heat didn't work, brushing didn't work. Chemicals weren't even an option yet. Then one winter morning, after hauling ice into the hotel kitchen, he noticed something strange. Where ice had been left sitting on a rug, the fibers looked different, fuller, alive again. He started testing it, placing small chunks of ice directly onto crushed carpet fibers, letting them melt slowly, then brushing the area. And what he saw changed everything. The dents didn't just fade, they disappeared. Completely. As if they were never there. Your grandmother already knew this. She used it every single day. Not because it was some viral hack, but because it was common sense passed down through generations, before industries figured out how to monetize your ignorance. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Let's break this down at the molecular level. Carpet fibers, whether synthetic like nylon or natural like wool, are structured to hold shape. But when heavy furniture sits on them for months or years, those fibers get compressed, the internal structure flattens, the air pockets collapse, and the fibers basically lock into that crushed position. What ice does is deceptively simple but incredibly powerful. As the ice cube melts, it slowly releases water deep into the compressed fibers. That moisture penetrates all the way down, reaching the base of the carpet strands. At the same time, the gradual temperature change softens the fibers without shocking them. This is critical, because rapid heat can damage fibers, but slow hydration? That allows the fibers to relax, to expand, to return to their original shape. Then, as the water evaporates, the fibers stiffen again, but this time in their natural upright position. That's why this works permanently, not temporarily, not cosmetically. You are literally restoring the fiber structure. Now ask yourself this: why isn't this everywhere? Why don't carpet companies tell you this? Why don't cleaning services advertise it? Because there is no money in it. The carpet and flooring industry in the United States alone is worth billions, and their entire model depends on one thing: you believing that damage equals replacement, or at least expensive repair. They can't patent ice. They can't brand it. They can't sell it in a shiny bottle for $49.99. So instead, they bury it. They flood the market with carpet revival sprays, fiber lifting solutions, and overpriced services that do the exact same thing, but wrapped in complexity. And every year you don't know this, you are losing money. Every dent you ignore, every service you pay for, every unnecessary replacement, it adds up. Hundreds, thousands. Over a lifetime, tens of thousands of dollars gone. And the worst part? It was never necessary. If you've made it this far, you already know more than 99% of homeowners. But knowing isn't enough. You need to see exactly how to do this the right way. Because there is a method, a precise way to get the maximum result. And in the next part, I'm going to walk you through it step by step so you can erase years of damage in minutes. If you've made it this far, you already know more than 99% of homeowners. Now I'm going to show you exactly how this works, so you can take a carpet that looks permanently damaged and bring it back to life in minutes without spending a single dollar. First thing you need to understand is this. You are not trying to clean the carpet. You are not scrubbing anything. You are reversing compression damage. That mindset is what separates expensive mistakes from real restoration. Step 1 is simple. Find every dent you want to fix. Usually it's under sofas, beds, dining chairs, or heavy tables. These are the pressure points where fibers have been crushed for months or even years. Don't rush this. Look closely because some dents are shallow and some are deep. The deeper ones will need a little more time, but the process is exactly the same. Now, take a standard ice cube. Not crushed ice, not ice water, just a normal cube from your freezer. Place it directly in the center of the dent. If the dent is large, use 2 or 3 ice cubes spaced evenly across the damaged area. You are not trying to flood the carpet. You are letting controlled moisture slowly rebuild the fiber structure. Then you walk away. This is where most people mess it up. They expect instant results. But this works slowly, and that's exactly why it's powerful. You leave it for about 4 to 8 hours. In deeper dents, you can even leave it overnight. As the ice melts, the water gradually seeps into the fibers, loosening the compression that has been locked in for months or years. While it's melting, something important is happening at the molecular level. The fibers are absorbing moisture evenly, expanding from the inside out. No harsh chemicals, no heat damage, just natural rehydration of crushed structure. Once the ice has completely melted and the area is slightly damp, you move to the next step. Take a clean cloth or a dry towel and gently blot the area. Do not rub aggressively. You are just removing excess moisture from the surface while keeping enough dampness inside the fibers for recovery. Now comes the transformation step. Take a spoon, a fork, or even your fingers and gently lift the fibers. You will feel it immediately. The carpet is no longer rigid and flat. It starts to respond. It starts to stand back up. This is the moment where people usually realize they've been lied to for years about what carpet damage actually is. After that, let it air dry naturally for 30 to 60 minutes. If you want to speed it up, use a fan or even a hairdryer on low heat from a distance, but never blast high heat directly into it. You're guiding the fibers, not forcing them. Once it's dry, take a vacuum cleaner and slowly go over the area. This final step lifts the fibers fully and blends the restored section with the rest of the carpet. What you'll see is shocking. The dent is gone, not covered, not hidden, gone. And here's the part that makes the carpet industry uncomfortable. This doesn't degrade over time. Once the fibers reset, they stay reset. That's why this works permanently. Now think about what you are almost going to do instead. You are maybe considering calling a cleaning service, or worse, replacing the carpet entirely. That would have cost you anywhere from $500 for a basic fix up to $10,000 for full replacement, depending on your home. All because of something an ice cube fixes in a single night. And this is exactly why this information stays buried. Because there is no subscription plan for ice. There is no premium version. There is no branded solution they can sell you every 6 months. So instead, the industry pushes fear. They want you to believe fibers are damaged beyond repair. They want you dependent on expensive services. But once you know this, that entire system falls apart. And it doesn't stop at carpets. The same pattern exists in flooring, plumbing, roofing, and automotive repairs. Simple fixes hidden behind layers of unnecessary complexity so that you feel like you need an expert every time something goes wrong in your home. That's the real exposure here, not just a carpet trick, but a system built around keeping you unaware of simple physics and material behavior. Now I want you to imagine something. Every dent in your home fixed in under a day. No chemicals, no tools, no appointments, just understanding how materials respond to moisture and pressure. That's power they never wanted you to have. And once you start noticing this, you won't stop. You'll start seeing all the other expensive problems in your home that are actually just simple physics hiding in plain sight. This is why sharing this matters. Not because it's just a clever trick, but because information like this has been deliberately buried under decades of marketing and overpriced solutions. And every time someone learns it, that system loses a little more control. If you choose to share this, you're not just passing along a hack. You're breaking a pattern that has cost people billions over time. Every share keeps alive what the industry tried to erase, and this is only the beginning, because the next secret is even bigger, the kind that makes you question almost every repair bill you've ever paid. The next secret opens soon.